What if I told you that behind the most dominant basketball player in Philippine Basketball Association history is a family you've probably never heard of? No celebrity lifestyle. No reality television. No endless social media appearances. While millions of basketball fans know every move June Mar Fajardo makes on the court, the people who helped shape him into the humble giant he is today have chosen to remain almost completely out of the spotlight. Behind every championship trophy, behind every most valuable player award, behind every standing ovation, is a family whose sacrifices, love, and unwavering belief turned an ordinary boy from Cebu into a living legend. This is the untold story of the parents and siblings who built the Kraken. Long before he became one of the greatest basketball players the Philippines has ever produced, June Mar Fajardo was simply a young boy growing up in Cebu City, surrounded by a family that believed in hard work, humility, and respect above everything else. Unlike many athletes who grow up in wealthy households with access to elite training facilities, June Mar's upbringing was grounded in simple family values. His parents never measured success by fame or fortune. Instead, they believed that a person's character mattered more than trophies, and that lesson became one of the defining features of June Mar's life. As a child, June Mar was noticeably taller than most boys his age. Friends and neighbors often joked about his height, wondering if he would someday become a basketball star. But while everyone noticed his physical gifts, his parents understood that height alone would never guarantee success. They knew that discipline, patience, and humility would ultimately determine how far their son could go. His father, Mariano Fajardo, became one of the earliest influences in his basketball journey. Mariano recognized that his son's unusual size gave him an opportunity few people would ever have. However, rather than placing enormous pressure on June Mar to become famous, he encouraged him to enjoy the game, continue learning, and always give his best effort. He believed talent was a gift, but discipline was a choice. Whenever June Mar practiced, Mariano reminded him that every great athlete earns success through consistency rather than shortcuts. Those lessons stayed with June Mar throughout his entire career. As he grew taller and stronger, basketball became more than just a childhood hobby. It slowly transformed into a dream that could change not only his life but also the future of his entire family. Mariano stood beside him every step of the way, offering encouragement during victories and reassurance after difficult losses. Even when June Mar struggled against stronger competition in his younger years, his father never allowed him to lose confidence. Instead, he reminded him that every setback was simply another lesson preparing him for greater challenges ahead. While Mariano helped shape the athlete, June Mar's mother, Marites Fajardo, helped shape the man. She became the emotional heart of the family. Marites was determined that no amount of fame would ever change her son's character. From an early age, she taught him to treat everyone with kindness regardless of their social status. She reminded him to respect elders, to appreciate every opportunity, to remain thankful for every blessing, and most importantly, never to forget where he came from. Those lessons became deeply rooted in June Mar's personality. Even after becoming the face of Philippine basketball and winning championship after championship, he continued to carry himself with remarkable humility. Fans regularly praise him not only for his incredible basketball skills but also for his calm personality, respectful attitude, and willingness to spend time with supporters. Many believe those qualities are among the greatest gifts his mother ever gave him. As June Mar's basketball career continued to grow, his parents faced many sacrifices that often went unnoticed by the public. Supporting a young athlete requires much more than attending games. There were long hours spent encouraging him after exhausting practices. There were moments of uncertainty about whether basketball would truly become a successful career. There were emotional highs after victories and heartbreaking disappointments after defeats. Through every stage of his journey, Mariano and Marites remained his strongest supporters. When opportunities began opening for June Mar to compete at higher levels, his parents continued encouraging him while making sure he stayed grounded. Even after he entered professional basketball, they reminded him that championships could never replace honesty, respect, and humility. Those values became his greatest strength. Today, despite earning millions, winning numerous championships, and becoming one of the country's biggest sports icons, June Mar is still widely regarded as one of the most humble athletes in the Philippines. That reputation speaks volumes about the way he was raised. June Mar also grew up alongside his siblings in a close-knit family environment. Although they have largely remained away from public attention, their presence has been an important part of his journey. Unlike many families connected to famous athletes, the Fajardo siblings have chosen privacy over publicity. They rarely appear in interviews. They avoid media attention, and they have never attempted to build public profiles based on June Mar's success. Instead, they have quietly supported him behind the scenes. Growing up together created a strong bond among the siblings. Like many Filipino families, they shared everyday experiences, celebrated milestones together, and supported one another through life's challenges. As June Mar's basketball career demanded more travel, longer training sessions, and greater commitments, his siblings continued cheering for him from the sidelines. Although very little verified public information has been released about their individual lives, it is clear that family has always remained one of June Mar's biggest sources of strength. Whenever championships were won or major career milestones were reached, those celebrations were often shared privately with family rather than through grand public displays. That decision reflects the values the Fajardo family has always embraced: privacy, humility, and togetherness. In an era where many sports stars and their relatives embrace fame, endorsements, and constant social media attention, the Fajardo family has chosen a completely different path. They have never sought celebrity status. They rarely give interviews. They prefer living quietly while allowing June Mar's achievements to speak for themselves. Their choice has earned widespread admiration from basketball fans across the Philippines. Many supporters appreciate that despite becoming one of the country's most celebrated athletes, June Mar has never forgotten the people who helped him reach the top. He often speaks with gratitude about the role his family has played in his life. Their encouragement gave him confidence during difficult moments. Their sacrifices created opportunities that shaped his future. And their values became the foundation upon which one of the greatest careers in Philippine basketball history was built. Today, when fans look at June Mar Fajardo, they see a record-breaking MVP, a multiple-time champion, and one of the most dominant centers Asia has ever produced. But behind every rebound, behind every championship, behind every MVP trophy, stands a father who believed in discipline, a mother who taught humility, and siblings who quietly stood beside him through every triumph and every challenge. Their names may never appear on championship banners or record books, but their influence lives on every time June Mar steps onto the basketball court with respect, gratitude, and unwavering determination. Because before he became the Kraken, he was first a son, a brother, and the product of a family whose greatest achievement wasn't raising a basketball superstar, it was raising a genuinely good man.